Hey everyone, I wanted to give you my take on the Vortex Razor LHT, the 3 to 15. And so they do have the 4.5 to 22 now and a first focal plane, but I just wanted to highlight just what I have seen from this scope particularly. We used it last year on our elk hunt, and I was pretty impressed with it, and just wanted to show you some features that you may want to look at, some things that are good about the scope, maybe not as good, and just overall thoughts about price and kind of where it fits in with a overall setup. Let's talk about kind of what we liked last year. So the first thing that we really liked is when setting it up on a Magnum. Excellent eye relief. I'm not totally sure. I think it's like 3.8. It felt like it was like one of those, 4-inch, close to about 4-inch eye relief scopes. The eye box is excellent, super easy to get behind. I mean, when you're looking through it, it's not picky at all. Just really, really nice eye box, super easy to get focused. So we noticed that very, very quickly. And I like that on a bigger rifle, you have no concerns about getting scoped. Just really, really nice how that is set up back here. One of the better eye boxes that I've used actually on many different scopes. It was not too picky at 15 power as well. So we really like that. Obviously really like the weight. These are under 20 ounces for the 42 objective. And also really like the turret up top. It's a locking turret. So you pop it up, then you can dial. I really thought the clicks were good. Everything lined up perfectly. You can pop it back down. They give you a Kenton coupon code for a tape here. We didn't use that. We just built a chart for our rifle. But if you like that, if you want to dial yardages, I mean, it's easy. You just pop it up, dial, and so really slick system by Vortex on that. So really like that. Really like the eye box, the weight, the controls. So here's kind of the parts that we did not like as much. The capped windage, there's literally a dot for where you're at on the indication. So if you're shooting long range and you want to dial windage, I just did not, it's just hard to line up on that. So yes, I like the capped windage, but I did not like how mushy the turret was. There's literally just a dot to see where you're at. So not a huge fan of that. The parallax is good. It's a little stiff. Didn't mind that though. The push button illumination I actually liked. I know some guys don't. So no complaints there. To me, one of the downsides was the magnification ring. It is very stiff. In fact, I would recommend getting a throw lever if you're getting this scope, and when it gets cold, it gets even stiffer. Yes, it gets better over time, but this is a pretty stiff magnification ring. So that's kind of one of the downsides there on this scope for me. As far as, so those are just quick kind of things to look at and consider. Price, features. We're not going to go extremely in depth here. Just want to get you a quick look here if you're considering this scope and don't want to waste your time. So also with this scope, clarity wise, it's exceptional. I did look at this side by side with the VX5 and I felt like they were somewhat similar. I did think that the edge-to-edge clarity on the Vortex was actually a little worse. So at the very far edges, I noticed some of the it was a little bit blurry, just a little bit. The VX5 seemed to be clear all the way through. However, I actually like the way the colors popped on the LHT, but it's not a huge difference there. The reticle, I'm going to show some videos of that too. Really like it. I believe the center dot is 0.35 MOA, but you've got nice bars on the outside. I'll show that here. You've got a nice dot, which I really like the size for hunting. And then basically that vertical post with your holdovers for elevation or windage. I think they did a great job on the reticle. In fact, that is one of the biggest highlights to me for this scope. reticles, first focal plane, second focal plane, dots too big, too small, hard to see, low power, all of that can be very frustrating. With this scope, super fast target acquisition, great dot size. I really like the way that the sidebars make you zero in on the center. There's really no complaints for a 3 to 15 second focal plane reticle. I would pick this over the VX5 that I had, which was an Impact 29 reticle. And so to me, I like the reticle so much, even though it has a little bit less edge-to-edge clarity to my eyes, I would still choose this because of that reticle. So don't overlook the reticle. I really liked it, and we took it out to 630 yards. I'll show a video here of us shooting that. Really good, still like the dot size, it was not too big. And so my brother would take it out and shoot it, he liked it. My wife would shoot it, she loved it. Anyone that used it loved it. I think for hunting, it's a great size. You can also stretch it out further. It's not a tiny dot, but it's big enough to where it's really fast on that target acquisition. So field of view to me, I'll put specs below. I thought it was great, no issues there. The 3 power, really easy to see, wide field of view. Basically, as we're looking at the LHT specifically, that 3 power is really nice for hunting. Really good for target acquisition. The reticle really zeroes you in on that dot. Love the dot size. So those are kind of my thoughts on this scope. I'd love to hear what others have thought. As we close this, just keep in mind when you're buying this with Vortex, you're getting a great warranty, of course. I don't buy a scope for the warranty, but you're getting a good warranty. It has a sunshade, which is nice. It has a kitten code if you want to dial it. And it has this just basic rubber cover. So pretty good feature set here, low weight. I did think that the price increase was a little bit of a bummer. For a while you could get these used 700, 800, I think. Durability is kind of the only concern I have. It did get scratched easily, and there was also with this scope, you just feel like it's a little bit almost too light. When you hold it, it's hard to explain. And so I didn't do any drop tests or anything like that. But durability was kind of on my mind. I almost wanted to baby it a little bit because it was so light. And when you use like a heavier scope, you'll kind of notice why that is. So I'd love to see if anyone's done a drop test, how it held up. But yeah, that was on my mind, and we always check zeros. It was good riding in the truck, but we did not have a fall with this scope. So I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any questions, if you've used it, if you liked it. I can't say that I'm fully recommending it and you should go get it, especially with that new price increase. But if you find a good deal on one, if you're looking for something that's pretty lightweight, I think that it is a good option. And I think that there's a lot of good options in this price range. I would not put it at the top of my list, but I would put it as, an optic to look at, see if you like the features, and yeah, go from there. So that's kind of it on the LHT. I'll have more ahead here on other scopes, kind of what I've used, what I like. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching.